It is truly such a thrill to meet inspiring women who work tirelessly to help other women, and Lina Khalifeh started the first self-defense studio for women in the Middle East in an effort to help end violence against women. She is in Seattle to celebrate International Women's Month with the nonprofit Vital Voices NorthWest, and we are truly so happy to have you here with us this morning.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Thank
First,
you.
can you just talk a little bit about your background in martial arts?
So basically, I started Taekwondo when I was 5 years old. It was my passion. I loved it. And my parents wanted to keep me out of the streets because I keep fighting with boys all the time. So they're like, okay, maybe Lina need to be in Taekwondo. So it was the best decision. It gives me discipline, commitment, respect, and focus.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing. And I was growing up, my focus was to compete at the Olympics, but it never happened because God wanted me to go in another direction. Later on, I realized that, and I got injured in my knee. I had to quit fighting for the Olympics all the time. I had like 20 gold medals, 3 of them international. I was just focused on my training.
Yeah.
And when I was at university, my friend got abused by her brother and father. She came with bruises on her face, and I got really mad. Like, I told her, why don't you do something? Why don't you report? And she said, I cannot do anything. Women cannot do anything. And from that moment, I got really pissed off. Like, I can do something, and I can teach women to stand strong and teach them how to defend themselves or how to deal with situations like that. And I did. I started at the basement of my parents' house.
And even doing that was in some ways an almost subversive act in a culture where women are told, no, this is how it is, you don't fight back.
Yeah,
right?
definitely. I mean, I've been raised in a culture, I was raised in Jordan, the Middle East, and you know, women there, they're I would say not all of them now, the revolution for women is all over the world.
Yeah.
But they're oppressed, and it's a very masculine society, male-dominated society. So it was so hard for me at the beginning, but you know, when you think of a solution, don't think about analyzing the solution too much, or don't think about the consequences. Just do it.
Yeah.
You know, like really, just jump there, take the risk, and do it, and start something small. Do not like have a lot of, you know, like don't worry about the future. Don't really worry about the future. That's an advice for entrepreneurs. Just start. Have a vision, follow your heart, and that's what I did. That's always.
Yeah, and that's why you went from your parents' basement to having your own studio.
To globally, yeah. So I started, later on I had a lot of people coming to the studio, women, and I'm like, I cannot be in the basement. I mean, I cannot be there. My father like, get out. So it's good. Sometimes you face challenges also from other people to push you to grow. And I did start, I said, I'm gonna take it seriously. I'm starting the first self-defense studio for women, Shefighter. So I did started it, and everyone was against the idea. They said women will never defend themselves. Women are weak, especially in the Middle East. I proved them wrong.
Yeah.
Women were so strong. We saw it growing. We trained more than 18,000 women globally, 3,000 Syrian refugees, women with disabilities. I started training of trainers courses. We're even now bringing Shefighter to the United States. So we are in 35 countries, and it's just kept growing as big as, because women wanted it. Like they were waiting someone to do it, and I just did it, you know?
Yeah, and to be clear, you got a lot of pushback and threats on social media from men and women.
Yeah.
But you also have these young girls that are taking these classes.
Oh, yeah.
Does that tell you that there is a cultural shift and that you are helping impact that in your own way?
Yeah, definitely. You're going to face a lot of challenges. So you need to get ready. If you have a solution for a problem, you need to toughen up, really. You need to not care about opinions of others. You're going to face problems from women, from men, from society, from government. It's fine. It's okay. Because you are making a change. If you're not making a change, nobody will care about you because you're not making a change. But I did influence a lot of young girls and women, and for me, the most rewarding was getting those young girls and telling me, thank you. Thank you for starting this. You just helped me, you know, like even face bullying at school, or just, you know, like daily life, you know, struggles they face. And we need a lot of women, so young girls and boys will look up for, you know, for us as role models, because we need really to stand strong. So other girls would say, if she can do it, definitely I can do it.
Right.
So yeah.
Okay, so you are going to show us
Yeah.
Some moves.
You can try that on your husband. I'm joking. Joking.
I'm a little nervous because you are so
Okay.
exceptionally advanced. But okay, so what are some of the like basics?
Okay,
that you
so
can do?
we're gonna do basic. We're
Okay.
gonna start with the basic. First, you have to know that any situation you encounter, your body language really matters. The way you stand, it can just, you will not even face a situation if you just, stand strong, be confident, and make sure that this is not happening for you. You need to talk positively to yourself all the time, like, it's okay, take a deep breath, and I'm gonna get out of this. Like, don't worry, do not get very nervous about it. Just, don't worry about later, just worry with now.
Okay.
So first thing is just how you stand. So a lot of women all over the world, because I've been training in Asia, in Africa, and in the Middle East, most women usually, when they stand, they close their legs. And it's a way that shows you're not really balanced. So
Right.
let's say if I want to grab you to push you toward me, it's easy. You're gonna fall. But if you just be grounded, you open your legs a little bit, bend your knees, and let's say I try, it's gonna be harder.
Yeah.
But I mean, you don't have to walk like that all the time, right?
You could, but it might give
like
off a
jumping.
yeah, I'm ready for whatever comes.
But what you want to do is just get ready when there is a situation, but don't put a fight stance unless the situation is like, yeah, they're attacking you, they're touching you. But as long as there is communication, try just to, solve it. Don't put any fight stance unless you really have to.
Okay.
Because the fight stance, it means I'm ready to fight.
Okay.
And then they will take it like, okay, you're challenging me, I'm gonna fight too.
What would be if you felt like someone was encroaching on your territory, or what would be the subtle way that you would just be like,
just stand
back
strong, put your hand, just push them, you need to stand here, and just keep this confidence. And the energy will talk more. You will have this energy that they will worry a lot who's they're messing with.
Right.
I got that situation recently, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, it was, should I talk about, or it was like, I had, because I travel all the world, and it was in Turkey, and that guy, it was mostly racism, so he had a ruler, he wanted to hit me with a ruler. It was a reception, a hotel. And I did not expect that from a hotel. And he came and faced me. He was so serious to hit me. But what stopped him, the way I stand, the way I look, I did not even move one step. I did not put a fight stance. That's important, because if I put a fight stance, he will attack.
Yeah.
I did not put a fight stance. I was standing strong, and I told him, you don't know who you're messing with. That's what I told him.
What I wouldn't give for the footage of that must exist somewhere to see you standing down. That's great.
I was like, someone has to take a video, but they were so stressed out. Anyway, the second one, let's say they did approach you, they attacked you, and let's say they grab both your arms like that. They're trying, to pull you all the way towards them. If let's say you're grabbing my arms, I'm gonna teach them first. If I pull, I'm not gonna get my hand out, so don't try to resist and pull. What you need to do is just cross their hands, hitting their hands together, releasing your hands both. So it's just a simple technique. What you do is just cross, hitting their bones together with their arm like that, and release both of your hands. So you're gonna do it to me now.
Okay.
So just cross and hit, go all, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And it needs practice, because usually when you are in a bad situation, you don't think really directly.
Right.
What you need, if you practice a lot, it's like programming. You just do it.
Right.
And then you're out of situation and you leave. You run away. And there's so many other techniques. It's just practice helps the mind a lot to concentrate when you are in a shock situation, shocked from the situation.
Right. Fascinating. And there's so much more that you could teach us, but unfortunately we're running out of time. But we do want to say Vital Voices Northwest is celebrating International Women's Month with special guests Lina and Valerie Biden this Saturday from 10 a.m. to noon at the Riveter on Capitol Hill. Thank you for all you're doing.
Thank you so much.
Such a pleasure. You
Thank
are a warrior. All right, we'll be back with more New Day after this.